So one is, see, data acquisition. Data acquisition means collects data. So I already told what are the data computer has to collect. One is output measurement done by sensor has to be taken to verify whether output is proper. One is that output is measured. Then I told in controlling the output, some internal state of the system. For example, to control voltage, current also has to be controlled. So their current cannot exceed certain limit. So their current also has to be measured. That means some state information from the system also, not only output, state information also is acquired by the computer. Another is, I told for supervisory control, usually for a feedback control system, reference is given by the human operator, but there are some systems in which reference is calculated by the computer, not by given from the outside by the operator. It calculates based on input of the plant, like I told, load and torque of the electronic throttle. I will discuss in detail, but anyhow it has to collect information from the input side also. And some communication also is possible for the human through keyboard, etc. So data has to be taken. That is called data acquisition. Second is sequence control. It should be able to control how the output is measured. Based on the output, whether there is error, some control algorithm will run and the output has to be controlled. That is called sequence control. Sometimes sequence control in a process, it has to be in sequence. Next is loop control. I told this loop control means feedback control. Supervisory control, I told supervisory control example is it takes input from the plant, not only output, and based on the input it will generate some reference signal, etc. Such control is called supervisory control. Sometimes data need to be analyzed. In some systems, data has to be analyzed. For example, whether there is error, that calculation is obtained by comparing with the set point. That is called data analysis. Data has to be stored sometimes. Then human computer interface. Computer should be able to give chance for human to interact either through keyboard or some other devices. So next, objectives of using computer control. Why, if you use a computer in a real-time control process, will you get any advantage? There are many advantages. One is efficiency of operation. This operation will be efficient. Operation will be efficient because losses will be very less. Next is ease of operation. Once you make computer, very easy to operate computer. No. So operation is easy. Safety. Safety is available. Instead of human can be replaced by a computer. So safety is there. Then products will be improved because it will maximize the product. Reduction in waste. That means the raw material waste will be reduced than a human or some other system. Reduced environmental impact will be very, very less if you use a computer. And human being not needed in the control. Then computer-based system processes can be divided into three things: batch, continuous, laboratory or test systems. As the name indicates, in a batch process, a batch comes out, then next batch comes out, like that. So a sequence of operations are carried out to produce a quantity of a product called batch. One batch of product will come out. Then after that, next batch. So between two batches, after understanding that first batch is not proper, you can make small change, some changes in the second batch. So the specification of product or exact composition may be changed between different runs. And remember, that's why after one batch, if I want to change, I need some time to change, no? So we always give a setup time. What is setup time? Time taken to prepare the equipment for the next production batch. During this setup time, you can make changes for that your next batch can be improved. And the actual time taken during which product is being produced once batch starts, that is called operation time. So the ratio between operation time and setup time decides a suitable batch size. Example, rolling of sheets. In between, there is some time given for setup to change. That is called the setup time, so that batch can be improved. And the next is continuous process. Here what you know, the process is continued for long time, but you can make changes, but while making change, it is not, setup time is not given. While the process is going only, changes can be done. Changes can be done without halting the process. Remember, in batch process, one batch comes out, then stop for some time, makes changes and next batch. Continuous not like that. Continuously this process will be going on for several months or even years, and if you want to make a change, you can't stop the system. While system is going on, system is processing only, you can make a small, quickly and smoothly small changes for financial advantage. For example, oil cracking in a petroleum field. Understood? Batch process means what? First we decide a batch, the process starts, so actual time it takes, it gives a product out. Then it stops for some time. That is called setup time, so that you can make small changes in the setup. Then next next batch will come out. As in continuous process, not like that. Process will be continuously running and giving the output. But I want to make a small change in the somewhere. You cannot halt the process. When the process is going on only, you can make some small changes. And the last one is laboratory system, blood testing and all. Here it's a process is operator initiated. A human being first start the process to test it. All the initial process of collecting the sample and giving all those things have to be initiated by the operator, and after that computer will take control of some complex experimental test and give the results. For example, testing of audiometer. Audiometer means that you are using, those who are not able to hear, we use something called audiometer, electronic hearing system. For that, after making to test, so you take different samples and based on that it gives the test. So initiation has to be done by the human operator. Similarly, vapor phase chromatograph, data control and analysis. So system initially operated by the human being, then computer will take control and do the testing. That is called laboratory systems. That's all for this class.